Jonathan Lewis, and this is hUnGr News. You may be asking yourself, just what is hUnGr News? Well, to answer your question, hUnGr News aims to bring light to artists of all mediums. Whether painting, sculpting, singing, dancing, you name it. If it's art, we push it. The best part is hUnGr News wants to do this for all artists at no cost. Yes, free. This is your show, so know that we're helping underground by bringing the underground to the surface. So here's the rundown. Each show, we introduce you to different artists, each offering their insight and experience for each of us to grow from. We get to know them, their art, and we let you know where to check out their work. To keep things moving forward, let's get to know our first guest to hUnGr News. I had the chance to sit down and talk with a Lawton-born vocal artist who has a strong attachment to his music. 25-year-old Dowski D tells me about who he is, his inspiration, and he gave me his word of advice for younger generations.
Dowski is a creation, basically. It's favor, it's God's hand of protection over me, and that's for everybody, because everybody has favor, you look at it.
Strengthened by his name, Dowski D has a deep appreciation embedded within him for the art that he created.
Music has been a very big part of my life. It's been there ever since I stepped out the house.
With so many vocal recording artists active in the music industry, I was curious to know who Dowski D's influence or influences might be.
A big inspiration, really KRS-One. That's deep. I picked up the gospel of hip-hop about 4 years ago in Tulsa. And his same thing, he left the house when he was 16. And look what he started and created. So KRS-One really.
I questioned Dowski D about what insight he's gained from his influence. The idea he considers is a simple but very powerful one.
Hip is the awareness, hop is the movement. Rap is two different meanings. Recording, artist, production, and then you have the rap reaching above poverty. And this is more of us. What we doing now is just the rap.
Currently being in the creative process of his upcoming album, I thought it fitting to ask what word of advice he might have for youth who find themselves in front of a microphone.
First thing off, goals. They need to set goals. Because like I said, I've been doing this for a minute now. And you gotta have some type of goals in both areas, in the music and otherwise.
Be sure to check out music by Dowski D online. You can find the links to his pages in the description box below. UK born and raised in Oklahoma, Andrew Wray considers himself an artist of multiple talents. In all of his art, sight or sound, he injects an idea meant to reach. He sat down to tell me more.
Versatile, that's why I'm going to Multiverseall. If you're looking to multiverse theory, expansion.
With a name that implies great and diverse reach, his business Multiverseall is still young in the making. It wasn't too long ago that his art was still waiting to be seen.
It was an idea floating around in my head for, I'd say, probably about 8 months ago it started. I just couldn't really pick a name for it, and that part was really important to me.
It's all in a name. That is, until it comes to an idea becoming art. When asked about some of the difficulties he had to overcome on his journey to today, Andrew tells me about self-reflection.
I think that question kind of applies to most people, actually. It's those days you wake up, look in the mirror, think about what you're doing, where you're at that point, you know? Just that whole sliding roller coaster thing. You might have self-doubt, but just learn to ignore that.
His designs show a wide range of influence. That enticed me to ask Andrew who his arts were intended for on the viewer end.
Anybody who's looking for positive change in the world, wants to support positive change, unity.
So what's next for Andrew Wray? For Multiverseall, I asked. This was just a small question in comparison to the big plan that he has in motion.
I plan on taking some shots in Portugal and enhancing those to look and, make t-shirts pretty much.
With the big plans happening, I was curious to know what advice Andrew could give to the young multiverses of futures to come. With his naturally forthright nature, he had this to say.
I would tell him first to self-evaluate themselves and be real about it. If whatever you're trying to do, you just don't possess a skill, either drop it or trial and error, which will take a lot of sacrifice. And if you are consistent with that, just keep going with it, really. If that's what you're meant to do, go with it. It's a feeling you should follow.
You can check out designs and listen to music by Andrew Wray for Multiverseall at the links in the description box below. You can expect to see his Project Portugal collection in late March, early April. It's time to take a quick break. Don't close that window because we'll only be gone long enough to get some bills paid. There's plenty more to come down the time bar.
It was Chris. He had an amazing time. He was very fantastic, very amusing. Highly recommended for families. Awesome, wasn't it? I would totally hire him for my next role.
Did you guys like that one?
We just wanted to give Chris Fowler's magic show a big thumbs up.
Magic by Chris! Yay!
Chris was awesome and we are glad that we hired him.
It made me feel like a kid again. I wasn't good working at that newspaper.
Ladies, watch. We'll shoot the paper.
I really want him to come to my son's birthday party.
Chris?
Magic by Chris.
I love Magic by Chris.
Do you want to be on hUnGr News? Contact us at the links below.
Welcome back. You're watching hUnGr News, where we're bringing the underground to the surface. Little did you know, you're just in time for the hUnGr News Bite Marks. In this short segment, we give you a single fact about an artist who left their mark on history. A quick dose of knowledge packed into a sweet little bite of time goodness. So this week's Bite Mark fact was gnawed into history by Vincent van Gogh. Fact is, in his lifetime, Van Gogh created 2,000 works of art, including 900 paintings and 1,100 drawings. The crazy part about it is, Van Gogh only sold one piece while he was alive. Maybe if hUnGr News was around back then, we could have actually helped him out a little bit, you know, and got a little bit more attention. This has been your hUnGr News Bite Mark of the Week. It's time now for a hUnGr News special report. Each show we interview an artist who's done well in their craft. It's important for us to gain from the insight of those who are seeing success so we can all learn from the experience. It's this valuable information and knowledge that can help put each of us on our own next level. You never know where your path in life could lead. Born in Denver, Colorado, longtime resident of Lawton, Robert Peterson is a prime example of this. From Dallas to New York, he's found himself pushing through struggles at times in his journey, and on the opposite end of things, he's found himself atop of success. I was able to catch up with Robert and lucky enough to get some advice and understanding of the thoughts and creative perspective that Robert has.
Both times that I was homeless, I was married and had kids. And she was right there with me. We ate hot dogs for over a month straight.
After finding himself and his family in dire situations, once in Dallas and then again in New York, Robert was dealing with a tough hand to be dealt. But with his support system being strong, it was also a fuel that Robert uses to ignite the fire that drives his success. I asked Robert what led him to picking up a paintbrush in the first place.
I started working contractor at Goodyear, and then 89 days as a contractor, I went to Goodyear full time. And then 2.5 years Goodyear, I got hurt and had to pick a place, which brought me to 2012.
The passion Robert has for his art is tremendous. Having seen some of his pieces, I wondered who some of his inspirations were. His response was true of heart.
I'm inspired and motivated by my wife and my daughter. My boys, they come in and, you know, when they all with artwork and stuff like that. But like since day one, like my oldest son, he loves everything I do. Even if I don't like it, he loves it. I mean, he's one of my biggest fans. My youngest son, he's laid back like me, so it's like, oh, Dad, you didn't have painting, good job. My daughter, my wife, since day one, they're like, Dad, or, you know, babe, I think that maybe you should have went this way with it, or maybe I think that maybe you should just, you know, work with it a little bit more. They never really tell me exactly what to do, but they'll be like, do you think you did too much? And so then I'll step back and have to look, and I'm like, okay, maybe I did.
After giving me insight of how family can inspire us, he tells me of a few more inspirational people and how those influences have helped to motivate his drive to create. One of those inspirations holds a special respect from Robert.
Other people who have inspired and motivated me include Swiss Beats, Kende Wiley, Basquiat, Picasso, Hubert Brantley, Amar Stoudemire, you know, because he fell in love with collecting arts and respect for the arts. I respect that because you figured being in the position he was in, he could retire and be set for life. But he's passionate about art the same way I'm passionate about art, only that he wants to deal it and help get the art into other people's lives.
Intrigued by the story of this journey that's been Robert's life, I felt encouraged to ask him how he's been able to turn around some of the bad things he's experienced and how he made them work out for the best.
Those relationships that were built in New York, that as an artist, I've used those relationships to help get my work in front of some important people. God, although I don't think that it was in his will 100% for us to be there, he still used that situation, that downfall, that setback to catapult me to where I am now.
After having the opportunity to listen to Robert's true appreciation for art, I most certainly felt I had to ask him what words of wisdom does he want to spread to the world. His message could serve as a power to all artists.
My message I give to everybody is to believe in yourself enough, and eventually others will too. You have to believe that your work is worth looking at. You have to believe that whatever it is that you're trying to do, whatever that product is, that it's worth looking into, it's worth liking, it's worth enjoying, it's worth collecting, it's worth, buying into it, whatever. Because if you don't believe in it, why should somebody else? You know what I'm saying? And work at whatever it is daily.
To see art by Robert Peterson, visit his website. You can find the link in the description box below. Well, that's our show for this week. Be sure to tune in every other week on Fridays for a new show so that you can keep up with the hottest artists coming out and their works. If you like what you watched today, be sure to like and share hUnGr News on all of your social media. Don't forget, if you're an artist of any type and you'd like to be on hUnGr News, all you have to do is contact us at the links in the box below. Thanks for watching. Now go make something.